Well, hello everybody and welcome back. It is once again me, your friendly deputy of Movie Deputy Podcasts, bringing to you another very strictly interrogated movie that I have had a bunch of requests for, so I thought I would get around to bringing it to you guys. I've really kind of been putting the brakes on this one because it's like I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for it, and that's not the reason I've been putting the brakes on it, but this one was just... If you've already seen it, I'm sorry. If you haven't, this might help. But me growing up and raising my kiddos, I always loved Brendan Fraser. I mean, he was the Mummy. He was George of the Jungle. He was like all these great characters. And before I get too much into this review, we're actually going to be talking about the movie The Whale. And it was Brendan Fraser's kind of return to acting after a long hiatus, and a lot of different reasons for that. But before I even start to get into this, I want to say that this movie definitely has a guilty rating. If I had very guilty, it would be very guilty. And just because of the topics that I'm going to be discussing during this episode, I would recommend not having littles around. This is definitely not going to be a review that is safe for little ears, I should say. There's not going to be a lot of cursing and stuff, just the topics of what's going to be addressed in the movie. And so it's going to make this one difficult to say the least. Yes, Stormy, I know. You probably won't like it either. I got both of my boys in here with me tonight, so I got Patero and Stormy, and so you might hear them on occasion, just to let you guys know in advance. But like I said, if you want to take a few minutes and pause the show and take care of the littles, or if you just want to resume this one a little bit later in the day, or maybe just put your earphones in, or your AirPods, or whatever you're listening on. I would say headphones, but that really dates me. So... But I want to jump in. Now, as I said, I would give this one a very guilty rating if I could. But this one did only get a 2.25 on the Movie Deputy scale. And you're probably thinking, wow, after just giving the highest score of her career to the movie Sound of Freedom the other day, and now she's giving this one just a 2.25. Yeah, this one is... It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen movies where I literally wanted to walk out of the theater and like gouge my eyes out. Not literally, of course. But I've seen other ones that were just like, could not wait for it to be over. And this was kind of more of one of those. And I'm just going to kind of jump into it. In this one are the main character, which is Brendan Fraser. He plays a gay character that he left his wife and daughter to have a relationship with one of his students. He was an instructor. And in this movie, he's still an instructor, and he teaches via like Zoom meetings and things like that to his students. So they have no idea who he is or what he looks like or anything like that. But his relationship with this student of his kind of went kind of far, and ultimately depression ended up getting kind of to his lover, and he committed suicide. So that left I'm trying to remember Brendan Fraser's name, his character's name in the movie, and I should have probably looked that up, but it's been a little bit since I watched this, so I do sincerely apologize on that. So yeah, that's just not helping me a whole lot on that. I'm sorry, I'm actually looking it up here real quick for you, so I do apologize. Charlie is this guy, the character's name in this movie. Like I said, I should have had that ready to go, so again, I apologize on that. But yeah, like I said, it just... Throughout the movie, we are seeing very graphic gay things that he's watching, and we are seeing other references to his gay relationship. And one day, a guy from the church that his lover had been a member of was trying to come to the house and try to help Charlie, maybe try to find his way. And it turns out that the church that his lover was a member of, and that this kid that is kind of a member of, is a cult. And so that kind of complicates things in a whole other way. And one thing that's really important to note in here, if you have not seen any of the previews or know nothing about this movie, is Charlie is way beyond morbidly obese, like not able to get up and down off of his couch without help, not able to even basically maintain basic hygiene. And he has somebody that comes into the home and helps him, and that's really the only interaction he has, because he doesn't have a relationship with his wife or his daughter, or divorced, and there's just nothing to his relationships outside of the one that he had with his student, when you know how that went. And then just the relationship that he kind of builds based on this character coming in. Well, in all of this, there's a member of his life that kind of comes back into his life for this. It's kind of for all the wrong reasons. Like I said, I don't give spoilers. I know I've been giving a lot away of this movie already, but don't worry, there's nothing like spoiler related. But this person that comes back into his life is doing it for very selfish reasons. There's not really a happy ending to a story like this. There's just... This movie is just full of angst, but not like the whole teenage angst. It's always wanting to do more. And I have to say, Brendan Fraser did play this character really well. But of all types of characters, for him to come back as this movie is just very inappropriate for anybody who is not basically a consenting adult. I would not recommend this movie for anybody even in their teens. It's like, I'd say 25 plus if I had to recommend an age, though honestly I cannot recommend this movie at all. If I could just say, just blatantly stay away. I mean, and if that makes you want to see it more, great. If not, so be it. But yeah, this one is I'd say a waste of film. I mean, I don't understand the reason why a story like this, such as this, is even told. They're in the credits and in the beginning of the movie. At the very beginning, it does say for Charlotte and Abe, but never describes who Charlotte and Abe are anywhere in the credits in this. And then at the end of the credits, it does say special thanks to the Obesity Coalition for their guidance and support, because they really guided a lot of how this character, how Charlie is, and how being so extraordinarily morbidly obese can have an effect on someone's life. That's probably the only part of the story that's even worth being a story, but the rest of it just kind of gets lost in translation a little bit. Not that anything is translated, it's not like anything's in a different language, but yeah, this one is beyond difficult, and I don't really have much to say beyond that. It's, like I said, it's one that I've had a lot of requests for. I've had over 20 requests to review this movie, and I've just been putting it off because the subject matter and just how it's presented, and just that you do not expect what you see when you're on the screen until it's like this staring you in the face. It's like, hello, I wasn't expecting that. But I hope this can help you and may help you make up. I hope this, I can't talk today for some reason. I hope this will help you either way, whether it's positively or negatively on that's up to you. But I can guarantee our next one that we're going to talk about tomorrow will be a little bit more fun. Till then, bye-bye.